Hey guys, this is Dad Will Fix It. So I've got this trolley here. I've had it for quite a few years. Absolutely love it. Been everywhere with it, and the wheels are starting to really mess around. Like you can see, this wheel's proper worn out. Let's have a closer look. So it's not turning when you want it to turn. If you look, the wheel's starting to split. The gap there. This doesn't really turn freely anymore, and so on. So what I decided to do was basically recycle it. I could go buy a new one. Yeah, no problem. This was about 60, probably 70 quid, maybe 5-6 years ago. I don't know how much it is now. It's an IT Luggage one, but it's been worn out from the wheels. Everything else is perfectly fine with no rips, no real tears. So what I've decided to do is basically replace the wheels. So I'm going to show you how you go about doing that. If you look on the right hand side, I've already changed 2 sets. That's the difference. Literally it just gets stuck. Whereas this is much more free moving. These wheels were off eBay. I'll put the link up in my post and I'll show you how we can actually change these out. It's not an exact swap, and these wheels, obviously they're double, 2 wheels rather than a single, so easier to spread the load. They should last a bit longer, and they're actually a little bit bigger in terms of the way they fit, but in terms of the actual amount they stick out, it's very similar. So I'll show you how to change that instead of chucking this out. So 2 things. Yeah, you can buy a new one, but why? Let's recycle it, let's reuse it. Let's not just add more junk to these landfills and so on. So I'll show you how to do it. The wheels, I'll tell you what the price is in a minute, but let's get down to how do we actually swap these out. So let's have a look. Okay, so if you open the case up, it has an internal lining, and you can see it's just a zip. So what we're going to do is we're just going to open this up so we can grab a better look on the inside. Once you open up the internal lining, as I said, it's zipped. Most suitcases you can get to it, and you can see the wheels are attached with this bracket plus the 4 screws on both sides. And if you actually compare to the opposite side, you can see the ones I've put in are actually much more wider. They're probably a bit stronger. The wheels will work a bit better as well. So I'm going to show you how to do it. The holes do not line up. You see these are slightly narrower, and on here they're slightly wider. So we're just going to drill those out a bit and then actually try and install the second set of wheels on this. So first things first, unscrew. We'll take this one out. We'll do this one as an example. Unscrew the 4 screws. Remove the existing wheel, and then we'll see what we need to do to get the new ones in. Let me show you what the new ones look like. So this is the new one, as you can see, so that there, and here's, for example, an old one. I think they were about 10-13 quid off eBay. That's the difference. These are obviously slightly wider, as I said before, but they seem to be working much more freely. The wheel bearings or whatever they are to make them move smooth is working great. So we're going to swap these out. So first things first, let's take these 4 screws out, remove the wheel on the outer side, and then we'll have to drill out these holes to make them slightly wider to get the new ones in. Let's do that first. You can see I've taken the screws out there. I'll remove this, and now you can see it exposes the holes. And if we go to the opposite side for that wheel, we'll see if we just pull this out, it will just come straight out. So now we'll start looking at how can we actually widen these holes to make the new wheels fit. Okay, so here's the new wheels, and if you see there's a little groove right here, and that groove needs to line up with the trim on the suitcase. So if you look here as well, the groove, you see that groove, it lines up with this piping. So to do that, you can see straight away that our holes are slightly to the left and they're a bit wider, and that's the same on the bottom as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to widen this hole this way and just widen that one a bit, and then the same on the bottom. So these holes need to be a bit closer, and that one there too. So we're just going to push them slightly to the left, and these 2 slightly wider. The width between them, or the length between the bottom ones and the top ones, is the same as the old wheels, but we just need to slightly align them that way and slightly align them that way. So we can do that with a drill, and let's get started. So what I did is I actually just used this drill bit. You can use a wider drill bit to do it, and I just actually widened the hole that way and then the same on that side, and then this one on the right, I just to see if that'll fit. Now let's see if the new ones line up. I did that for all 4 holes, so let's just see if the new wheels line up, unless we in case we need to tweak them a bit more. Let's have a look. So if you look now, you can see that the wheel, the groove is in, and it looks okay. If we look at it from the inside, you can see the wheels are coming through, or the screw holders are coming through for both sides. That one, they've come through. I had to just slightly adjust this one at the bottom, make it a little bit wider this way, to get the one on the right in, because it's right on the rim. Can you see? Next, we're going to look at how we can actually screw the back plate in, like this to hold the actual wheel in place. Let's do that next. So okay, so we've got the back plate, and what we're going to do is we're going to position this in so it's just lined up, and you can see it's actually just lined up there like that. And then 1 second, so it's lined up, and then what we're going to start doing is basically using the screws and screwing them straight through into each of these, all of them, and then secure them all. So just do them loose first, and then once you've got all 4 in, then just tighten them up, and then that should lock that wheel straight into position. So let's do that now. So you can see I've actually got the 4 screws in. They just need a little tightening. And on the outside, if you look, that wheel's just still slightly off, but as I tighten it, this should close up. So basically just tighten up the screws, and then we'll have a look at that wheel again. So fully tightened up, pretty much in position. And then on the outside, if we have a quick look, super solid, and that wheel's on. Now we just got to repeat the process for the last and final wheel. You can see all 4 sets are done, and the trolley is good as new. So all 4 wheels are now in, and you can see all the brackets in the back. And then all we're going to do is just close the zip back up, close up that lining, seal it all up. And if you have a look at the wheels on the outside, that's how they look. It's good as new. Let's just show you what it looks like on a test. How about that? Working wicked. Just needs a little clean up, but other than that, the wheels are working wicked, and they're pretty solid. They don't look like they're moving. The screws are quite tight, so just remember that. But they're sitting really well. I think this is going to last another 10 years at least. So job done. Thanks for watching. Sub the channel. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.